Attention passionate Philadelphia, EAGLES. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Philadelphia Eagles' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Philadelphia Eagles fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with YOUR, FRINDS and Philadelphia, EAGLES. Let's get to the news. All right, Eagles fans, get ready because we have some exciting developments that could shake up the NFC East and more specifically, impact the Eagles' quest for Super Bowl glory. Now, I know many of you have been following the offseason moves, the draft, and the roster shuffling. But what's really catching everyone's attention is the potential addition of a veteran cornerback who's still at the top of his game and hungry for a championship. We're talking about none other than Stephon Gilmore, a name that resonates with NFL fans for his shutdown ability, his incredible career, and his relentless pursuit of excellence. This could be the move that takes the Eagles' secondary from good to elite, and I want to walk you through all the details, the context, and what this could mean for the upcoming season. First off, let's set the stage. The Eagles, as many of you know, have built a pretty formidable secondary in recent years, especially with their young talent like Quinion Mitchell and Cooper DeJean. They're both highly promising players, with Mitchell showing flashes of brilliance, and DeJean, as we saw in the Super Bowl, making game-changing plays. But and this is a big but, the veteran experience and depth from last season's championship squad are not quite there anymore. That's because, of course, C.J. Gardner-Johnson and Darius Slay, two pillars of last year's secondary, have moved on via trades and free agency. It's natural for teams to lose key pieces after a championship run, but that leaves a gap, a need for reinforcements, especially in a league where injuries and depth are often the difference between winning and losing. Now, the Eagles are no strangers to making strategic moves to strengthen their roster, and their front office has shown time and again that they're willing to be aggressive in pursuit of championships. The idea of signing a veteran like Stephon Gilmore makes perfect sense. Gilmore, at 33 years old, still exudes elite shutdown cornerback ability. His track record is nothing short of legendary. Drafted 10th overall by the Buffalo Bills in 2012, he made an immediate impact, earning a Pro Bowl in 2016, and then signing a massive 5-year, $65 million deal with the Patriots in 2017. That contract proved to be a steal, considering Gilmore's performance. In 2018, he was a key player in leading New England to a Super Bowl victory over the Rams, and in 2019, he was named NFL Defensive Player of the Year, the first cornerback to win that award in over a decade. His ability to shut down top receivers, his instincts, and his football IQ are all hallmarks of his game. When you look at Gilmore's career, what stands out is his consistency at the highest level. Even as he's aged, he remains a premier shutdown corner. He's played for multiple teams: the Bills, Patriots, Panthers, Colts, Cowboys, and most recently, the Vikings. And in every stop, he's brought his A-game. Last season, with Minnesota, Gilmore started 15 games, racking up 59 tackles, 9 pass deflections, and 1 interception, showcasing that he's still very much in the mix. And considering that he's openly expressed his desire to play this year, but only in the right situation, the Eagles could be that perfect fit. On the Money Down podcast, Gilmore mentioned that he still loves the game and believes he can contribute, but it's all about finding the right environment, one where he can compete for a championship and, of course, get paid fairly. This is where the Eagles come into the picture. With their Super Bowl experience, the young talent, and a coaching staff that's known for developing players, adding a veteran like Gilmore could be a game-changer. Think about it. Darius Slay, still being one of the best corners in the league, paired with Gilmore's shutdown ability, creates a duo that could lock down top receivers week after week. Plus, the addition of Gilmore would give the Eagles much-needed depth, especially if injuries strike, something that's inevitable in a long NFL season. And on a financial note, Gilmore has earned over $116 million in his career, so he's not just about the paycheck. He's about winning, about competing, about adding that missing piece to a team with Super Bowl aspirations. Now, the interesting part is timing. Gilmore didn't sign with Minnesota until August 18 last year, and he's been known to take his time before making a decision. The Eagles, meanwhile, are in a strong position. They're already a talented team, but adding a player of Gilmore's caliber could push them over the top. And if the Eagles' front office can work out a deal that fits their cap space, I wouldn't be surprised to see Gilmore donning the green and white in the very near future. His versatility is another factor. He can play on the outside, in the slot, and even contribute in big situational plays, which is exactly what a team aiming for another Super Bowl needs. But it's not just about Gilmore. This move also signals the Eagles' intent to not rest on their laurels after a Super Bowl appearance. They know the NFC is competitive and that rivals like the Cowboys, 49ers, and Giants are always looking to improve. So adding a veteran like Gilmore is a statement. They're serious about repeating, about not just competing but dominating. The secondary, which is always the backbone of a championship-winning team, could be transformed into one of the league's top units, capable of neutralizing the best passing attacks in the NFL. Of course, fans are buzzing about other potential moves, too. The draft, free agency, and trade market are all still open books, and the Eagles are known for their shrewdness in maneuvering through these channels. But this signing, or even the possibility of signing Gilmore, would send a clear message to the league. The Eagles are all in, and they're willing to do what it takes to defend their title, to push for another Super Bowl parade down Broad Street. Now, let's talk about what this means on the field. With Gilmore in the fold, the team's defensive scheme can be more flexible and aggressive. You can expect to see more press coverage, more man-to-man assignments, and a focus on shutting down the opponent's top threats. Gilmore's experience in big games, his ability to read quarterbacks, and his knack for making game-changing plays are exactly what the Eagles need to put their secondary over the top. And let's not forget, this helps the younger players develop faster, learning from one of the best in the business. It's a perfect combination of youth and veteran savvy, something that has always been a hallmark of successful NFL teams. And what about the NFC East? Well, this potential move could be a real game changer. The Cowboys, Giants, and Washington Commanders are all making moves, but if the Eagles can add Gilmore and possibly other key pieces, they could maintain their edge as the division's top team. The NFC East has always been a competitive division, but with the Eagles' recent success, and now the possibility of enhancing their defense with a player of Gilmore's caliber, it could shift the balance of power. The Cowboys are always in the hunt, the Giants are building a solid squad, and Washington has made strides, but the Eagles' pursuit of excellence doesn't stop. They're aiming to not just be good, they want to be dominant, and Gilmore could be the final piece of that puzzle. Now, let's take a moment to reflect on what this means for the fans. Philadelphia is a city that lives and breathes football, and the excitement around this team is at an all-time high. The Super Bowl run last year was a testament to the team's resilience, talent, and coaching. But the NFL never stands still, and to stay on top, the Eagles need to keep evolving. Signing a veteran like Gilmore would send a message to everyone, rivals, fans, and even players, that the Eagles are committed to winning now and in the future. It's about building a legacy that can sustain success for years to come, and Gilmore's leadership and experience could be the catalyst for that. And speaking of the season ahead, the expectations are sky high. With the core of the team returning, combined with smart additions, the Eagles are seen by many analysts as one of the top contenders in the NFC. The defense, in particular, needs to be airtight, especially against potent passing attacks. Gilmore's addition could be the missing link, giving the team the confidence to match up against high-powered offenses and close out games with a strong defensive performance. Fans are already dreaming of another deep playoff run, and if this signing materializes, those dreams could very well turn into reality. So, in conclusion, Eagles fans, keep your eyes peeled because what's happening behind the scenes right now could be one of the most impactful moves of this offseason. The opportunity to sign a legend like Stephon Gilmore doesn't come around every day, and if the Eagles pull it off, it will be a statement, proof that they're not just content with making the playoffs, but they're here to dominate and claim that Lombardi Trophy once again. This team has the talent, the coaching, and now perhaps the veteran leadership needed to go all the way. And I, for one, can't wait to see how this story unfolds in the coming weeks. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Philadelphia Eagles news to you, It's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. Looking at the broader picture, the Eagles' defense has always been a strength, but last year's Super Bowl victory exposed some vulnerabilities, particularly in the secondary. Darius Slay, still one of the league's top corners, has been a cornerstone, but his age and the wear and tear of a long season mean that adding another veteran could be vital. Gilmore's presence would not only elevate the quality of the secondary, but also serve as a mentor for young players like DeJean and Mitchell, helping them develop their skills faster and more effectively. The NFL is increasingly about matchups. Being able to shut down a team's top receiver can be the difference between a win and a loss. The Eagles know this all too well, and their front office has shown they are willing to make bold moves to secure that advantage. Now, let's also bring some historical perspective into this. The Eagles have a rich history of building formidable defenses, especially during their Super Bowl-winning seasons in 2017. They had veteran leaders, versatile players, and a scheme that maximized their talent. Gilmore's signing would be reminiscent of those championship defenses, players who can lock down opponents, create turnovers, and change the course of a game with a single play. His skill set perfectly complements the Eagles' aggressive style, and his experience in high-pressure situations is invaluable. Imagine him on the field, reading plays, baiting quarterbacks, and making those critical plays that swing momentum in favor of Philadelphia. And let's not forget about the NFL's evolving landscape. The league is increasingly dominated by high-flying offenses, with teams investing heavily in wide receivers and passing games. Having a lockdown cornerback of Gilmore's caliber is almost a necessity to contain those threats. With Jalen Hurts leading the Eagles' offense, who, as many of you know, is one of the most dynamic quarterbacks in the league, the defense needs to be able to hold its ground. Gilmore's addition would balance out the team, allowing the Eagles to play more aggressively on defense without fearing big plays over the top. Now, what about the tactical side? The Eagles' defensive coordinator, Jonathan Gannon, is known for his innovative schemes and aggressive blitz packages. Adding a player like Gilmore would give him even more flexibility. They could run more man coverage, trust Gilmore to shadow the opponent's best receiver, and focus on creating pressure without overcommitting blitzers. This kind of strategic flexibility could be the difference in close games, especially as the playoffs approach. It's about having a defense that can adapt to any situation, and Gilmore's experience and talent make him a perfect fit for that blueprint. Looking ahead, the NFC East remains fiercely competitive. The Cowboys, with Dak Prescott and a talented defense, are always in the mix. The Giants have made significant offseason upgrades, and Washington is not to be underestimated. But if the Eagles can secure Gilmore, they could have an edge over all of them. A secondary with Darius Slay and Stephon Gilmore is a nightmare for opposing quarterbacks, especially in late-game situations. It's a combination that could turn the tide of division games and set the tone for a deep playoff run. Now, I want to highlight some of the key stats and highlights of Gilmore's career because they really speak volumes about what he brings to the table. For example, in 2019, he led the league with 6 interceptions, 2 of which he returned for touchdowns. That kind of ball-hawking ability is rare in a cornerback, and it's exactly what the Eagles need to create turnovers and give their offense more opportunities. His NFL All-Pro selection in 2018, his Pro Bowl appearances, and his reputation as a shutdown corner are all testaments to his elite status. And of course, the story isn't just about his past accolades. It's about what he can still do right now. The NFL has some aging stars who have managed to reinvent themselves, and Gilmore is definitely one of them. His recent play with the Vikings showed that he's still highly effective, and given the right environment, he could be a difference-maker for the Eagles in 2024 and beyond. His leadership, work ethic, and desire to win are qualities that any team would cherish, especially one with Super Bowl ambitions. So, Eagles fans, keep your eyes peeled. This potential signing could be announced at any moment, and I think it's safe to say that it would be one of the most impactful moves of the offseason. The Eagles are already a team on the rise, but with a veteran like Gilmore, they could elevate themselves to an even higher level. Imagine a secondary that is not only talented but also experienced and poised to shut down the league's best passing offenses. That's the vision, and it's entirely within reach. The NFL season is long and brutal, but with smart moves and a relentless drive, the Eagles can position themselves as true contenders once again. And now, Philadelphia Eagles fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential signing? Do you believe Gilmore can still be that elite shutdown corner we remember from his prime? Are you excited about the possibility of having such a veteran leader on the team? Drop your thoughts in the comments below because your opinion truly matters. We love engaging with our community and sharing this passion for Eagles football. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with even more updates, analysis, and news. So, stay tuned, keep the faith, and let's keep pushing forward together. The best is yet to come for the Philadelphia Eagles. And now, Philadelphia Eagles fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Philadelphia Eagles. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Philadelphia Eagles news.